Hello, everybody. I'm here for another Hardy Citrus taste test, and I'm extremely excited. Thank you, Ilya, for sending all those fruits. So here, this is mostly stuff that's derived from ichang papeda, plus a mystery citrus. But let's start with the N1 Try. So N1 Try was initially thought to be a cross of ichang papeda and trifoliate orange, but some people think it's actually a cross of citramullo with ichang papeda. It has mostly monofoliate leaves, which seems to indicate that there's not much trifoliate in its genetics. Also, it's supposed to be a decent substitute for lemon. Then ichang star 60, this was a cross of a very cold tolerant ichang papeda with the 5-star citramullo. This is supposed to be bitter with a lot of seeds. I am bitter insensitive, so we'll see what I'm gonna say about it. Ichang star 50, it's another selection of the same cross. Riviere 358 is an ichang papeda, which is the second most cold tolerant wild citrus. So this is a yuzu. I've actually never had yuzu, believe it or not. And the last one I'm gonna try in this first bite is 166210. I don't know what kind of cross it is, but I'm very excited to discover that. Okay, so I cut into them all except the mystery fruit. In terms of smell, lemon. If you look at ichang star 60, very interesting. This actually smells a lot like a stink bug. And for the ichang star 50, there's a slight funk to it, but really minimal, and to me it's mostly like a mix of lemon and grapefruit. Now for the Evia, there's barely any flesh in there. I find it really mild. I tried a bit of the peel just in case, but yeah, it's actually extremely mild. A slight astringency, perhaps? But that's about it. Very interesting. I've never had astringency in a citrus rind. Now for yuzu, well, I couldn't cut into it actually. It peels super easily and it smells amazing. Yeah, very mild, pleasant peel. A bit like a lemon with floral notes, I guess. A bit hard to describe. It's kind of in a league of its own. I'll try the rind of everything else. It's okay. It reminds me of lemon rind, but with less aroma. Now, ichang star 60, with that really thick rind. Stink bug. It tastes like a stink bug. Wow, that's weird. Definitely the rind isn't great on this one. Let's see. Oh, there's a slight hit of a trifoliate-like funk. When it's same time, it reminds me a bit of grapefruit. ichang star 50, I don't like it, at least for the rind. It's not pleasant to eat at all. The others, yuzu is great, ichang papeda is good, trivos is fine, ichang star 60 is stink bug, but it is tolerable. This, I would consider the peel inedible. Okay, seeds are removed. Fair bit of seeds in this Evia fruit. There's about the same amount of seeds from that yuzu. N1 dry, there's still a decent amount of flesh in there. Ichang star 50, there's actually less seeds compared to ichang star 60. Anyway, let's try biting in one of those fruits. And that's sharp and lemony. It's pretty much like a lemon. I mean, it's maybe slightly less aromatic than lemon, but honestly, if you're in a cold climate, it's probably a really great substitute. Let's try the ichang star. It smelled like stink bugs. Let's see how the flesh is. Mild. There's a grapefruit quality to it, as well as lemon. I'd say probably a bit more grapefruit. Surprisingly mild. I was expecting something more sour, but no. A lot milder than a lemon, but still too sour to eat as is for most people. Let's try ichang star 50 now. Same thing. It's not very sour, but it is too sour to eat as is. I'd say this is more grapefruit than this one. I don't get any lemon notes, just grapefruit notes. Let's try the Evia. Very good. It's not as sour as a lemon. There's a very light lemon note in the flavor, but it's mostly something else, and I can't point to what it is. It's kind of its own thing, to be honest. It's very surprising and very pleasant, especially with that rind to make marmalade out of. This is amazing. Let's try the yuzu. That's extremely tasty. It starts like a lemon, but then it mellows out into the nice floral fragrance that you also get in the rind. It's really, really good. Also in terms of sourness, this is even less sour than the others. This is nearly to the point where you would eat it like a mandarin. Absolutely excellent. Last but not least, The mystery fruit. Okay, so I already have thoughts so far. This is a very interesting fruit. It doesn't have a ton of seeds, and I can tell you, it smells great. The rind is kind of tough, and there's a very slight hint of trifoliate. As I keep chewing, a chemical flavor comes up, and it does peel, maybe slightly harder than an orange. I smell something akin to a mandarin or an orange. I don't actually detect any sourness at all. Okay, a little bit. It's just that it's slow. Less sour than store-bought fruits. Overall, this is very mild in flavor, and this is a dessert fruit in a sense that you can eat that as is. Genuinely, I'm shocked. It has sweetness as well. I say the sweetness is lower in this than it was in Bajus, actually, which is surprising, but Bajus was a lot more sour. Biting into it, I can detect a slight hint of trifoliate again. I wonder what kind of cross this is. There's definitely trifoliate in it, but what else? A bit of grapefruit, I'd say, and maybe orange. I consider this almost dessert quality, and I'm gonna try and get science from this. Okay, I'm recording a bit later. This is a preview for next week's episode, but the 166210, I just got news. It is a cross of Tarocco Blood Orange with 5-star Citramolo. So I was guessing that it was a 5-star Citramolo crossed with an orange, probably, and I was right. So it doesn't have any red flesh. Maybe some of its siblings will, but very interesting anyway, because this is low acidity. Very nice. Thanks for watching this first part of my taste test, and now I'm going to test all of these. Please subscribe and you'll be able to see what I think of these fruits. Goodbye!